investigate the officer's actions and the manner in which he addressed the complainant as well as the employee.
Kenner police launch an investigation into an officer who responded to a disturbance call at the airport last week. Good evening, I'm Lauren McCoy. The call was about a man from Puerto Rico upset about not getting his rental car because the attendant said he needed his passport. Andres Fuentes has an update for us.
Okay, if you're claiming that you're a federal officer, then maybe you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth a little bit more clear for the third time. If they say you need a passport, and you don't have one, and they say you need a passport to rent a car, what is your problem?
Body camera footage shows this Kenner police officer responding to a disturbance call at the airport last week.
Call the police, no problem. Call the police.
A Hertz attendant called the officer after Humberto Marchand would not leave the area and recorded staff on his phone.
And because I have my Puerto Rico driver's license, which is a valid ID in the United States, I've been denied my reservation.
He was upset that the attendant, against company policy, would not give him his prepaid rental car because his Puerto Rican ID was not enough validation. Kenner Police Chief Keith Conley says the officer's behavior
What is that dividing line that you can't figure out that they're not going to rent you a car without a passport?
was not how an officer should act.
Certainly, I do apologize. I don't think, that's the way we want to be portrayed, and he should not have been spoken to in that manner.
Conley says the department's Internal Affairs Division has started its investigation into the incident. Meanwhile, Marchand says that he's working on making a formal complaint against the officer.
Because you recorded us, now you're not going to be able to work with her ever.
At the time of the incident, he hoped the police would help sort out the misunderstanding, let the attendant know that his ID was a valid U.S. ID, and verify that Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens.
It is midnight. This is ridiculous. And I'm saying that ridiculous. We're not going to do this crap anymore. Is that pretty clear?
It certainly didn't put the Kenner Police Department in a good light. That's not the way we like to be portrayed in the public. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Dillard University political analyst Dr. Robert Collins says he was shocked seeing how the Hertz worker handled the situation and how the officer didn't act as an arbitrator.
You have a U.S. phone number? Humberto?
A U.S. citizen at a domestic airport doing business with a domestic company should not have to, or does not have to, produce a passport. He has a state ID. That's his lawful identification, and so that's all you can ask for. I think that's what should have happened in this situation.
By nature, we don't get involved in civil matters. We don't interpret corporate policies. We don't get in the middle of that stuff.
And while Kenner Police moves forward with their investigation, and Hertz says they're reminding workers that Puerto Ricans don't need to show a passport if they have their ID.
You don't have to show proof, you show a valid license.
Collins says the interest surrounding Marchand's incident could be harmful.
This is an international airport. New Orleans is an international city. This is not the image that we need coming from the New Orleans International Airport, where you have a U.S. citizen who's being treated badly, who's being treated rudely, who's being required to produce documents that you cannot force him to lawfully produce.
Now, Chief Conley says the investigation should be quick because of the body camera footage, and he's also glad that the video shows that his officer did not reference immigration services when dismissing Marchand from the scene, which is something that Marchand thought he heard originally. Back to you guys in studio.